filmed literally out in the bush in the Groot Marico area, because when you get a hard-working bakkie, what better can you do than make it work hard? This is the latest version of the Ford Ranger, called the Thunder, immediately discernible by these red trim items over here. You can see it stands out incredibly. It's quite amazing, the extra red trim. You've of course got daytime running lights, you've got all those sort of features on here. I'm not going to run through too many of those features because they're not important, but one of the color options on the Thunder version is of course this black and well covered in dust and dirt and everything else, but it looks so good, doesn't it? 18-inch black mag wheels as well, just to add to it. You come across over here, look at that big Thunder legend over there. You've got the very significant side step over here for you to get up and down, which is very, very important. And then the roll bar over here, very interesting with the red trim as well. Just to keep reminding you, this is the Thunder version. You come around to the back over here, and you've got, of course, the Ford tailgate, which has the special feature of being much lighter to operate. And it is a nice feature, but then there are two special extra features on the Thunder that are very, very interesting. This one over here, that you loosen like this, is a load bay divider, something I haven't seen before. But you can actually now retain your loads, stop them sliding around, stop them moving around. Very, very interesting Ford. Very practical. And then you've also got, as standard, the retractable hard cover for the load bay, so you can secure your loads. Well, maybe I'll just take a seat over here while I talk to you a little bit. As I mentioned, this nice rollover bar over here, the sports bar as they call it. The Thunder runs the same engine as the top models in the Ranger range. So it's that 2-litre bi-turbo diesel engine, 157 kilowatts, 500 Newton meters of torque. But now where the Thunder fits in the Ranger range is between the Wildtrak and the Raptor, the full Raptor. So it's got the engine from both of them. The suspension is upgraded from the Wildtrak, but not quite the Raptor. But what that does, and what I experienced on the open road coming out the farm and on these dirt roads out on the farm, and this really was telling to me, was this has got to be the smoothest running bakkie I've driven in a long, long time on the road. Be interested to compare the new Hilux, which has also had its suspension upgraded, and I'll be doing that in a few weeks' time, hopefully coming to the farm again, so we'll have a direct comparison. But the point being that this suspension, it may not be built for racing like the Raptor is, but wow, it's built for handling and for comfort and for running on the road. So you've got all of that. You've got this great suspension. You can see the dirt road we're on. We're going to show you more dirt road and the dirt as it is. It really is a lot of fun. This is fun to me. As I said, bakkies are built to work, and we made this one work. We're going to check it out on the road. We're going to check it out with drone footage. We're going to show you lots more. The point of this vehicle is that I may not be on a 4x4 course, and I may not be rough 4x4ing, but on a farm road like this, bumpy, bouncy, rocks, stones, everything that's around me, you can see it. This is just so comfortable. It really is quite something. And look at that. I mean, even with a turn like that. And the suspension that I discussed in the early part of the video, it is just absolutely amazing what they have done to this vehicle to create a vehicle that is as comfortable as this on a farm. And literally, I'm not even on the track half the time here. I'm just literally going through bush, I suppose I could say. And I'm in the great outdoors. Look at this. This is what South Africa is all about. Built Ford Tough, built in South Africa, and I can enjoy the great outdoors of South Africa in this Ford Thunder. I'm feeling the thunder. as I said in the earlier segment of the video, we decided we're going to work this bakkie hard, and for the first time I had the opportunity to actually test a bakkie with a load. All this water over here, and it's nice, just under half a ton approximately we measured that we put on the back of the bakkie. It's rated for far more, so no problem. But there are one or two disadvantages I've got to tell you as well. First of all, the roller shutter that closes, that hard roller shutter, that's a feature of the Thunder models. Unfortunately, when folded up, doesn't allow the height for a 5-litre bottle underneath. So it limits your load area quite drastically. So it's something to keep in mind. Even the load divider actually turned out to be a disadvantage in this case. But I do believe that these will be used more for leisure purposes than working bakkies. So again, you've got to know what you want your bakkie for when you're buying it. But I did this load, dirt road and tar roads, 250-kilometer journey, and let me tell you, it made absolutely no difference whatsoever to the handling of the bakkie. And that proved what I've said about the suspension and the ride on it. You can see over here as well, with that load, you've still got plenty of clearance on the wheel arch over there. So it's certainly not dragging its tail in any way while carrying a load, and that's what really counts if you're wanting a bakkie that's going to carry loads for you. Looking at the instrumentation, of course, the figure that really stands out is that 8.7 litres per 100. Now that's from a good road trip of 500 odd kilometers, coming back the return trip with a heavy load of about half a ton. So keep that in mind. And then all that off-roading, all that rough road over the farm, driving like that, which obviously uses a lot more fuel. So in actual fact, it probably ran on the open road at just over 8 litres per 100. It's exceptional for a vehicle like this. The rest is very standard Ranger. I'm not going to spend any time, but these buttons over here are very important to take note of, because you do have active cruise control, active braking, so the safety level, the safety suite is upped quite drastically on this one. 7 airbags as well. You've got the screen over there, of course, Sync 3, again very familiar, nothing to really chat about. And you come down to the 10-speed automatic gearbox. That's superb, smooth, again, experienced it many times. Next to it, you've got, of course, the control for 2 high, 4 high, and 4 low. I have not moved it from 2 high on this entire test. You've got, of course, your DSC button over there, you've got diff lock, and you've got hill descent control over there. All very simple, straightforward, and there for you. Thunder spec, of course, does give you a few extra little touches, like the red stitching across the dash, which is a leather effect feel, and slightly soft touch as well, so it's nice as well. The point of the Thunder is it fits into the Ford range, into the Ranger range, between the Wildtrak and the Raptor. And I've said a lot in the earlier parts of this video about that rear suspension and what they've done with it, and what a great job they've done with it. If you want my take on this one, if you're not planning to go off-road racing, then you need the Raptor, if you're going off-road racing. But if you're not going to, then you can save 100,000 Rand, because that's the difference in the price from the Raptor to the Wildtrak, to the Thunder. And that's a big difference. It really is. You're getting most of the Raptor, but with a lot more comfort from that rear suspension. And as I said, if you don't want to race off-road, you certainly would do everything possible in this one. And also all the extra trim touches, the extra red features, that roller door, that roller cover on the back, etc. It's all there for you. You, of course, get the 6-year, 90,000 kilometer service plan included in the deal. I'm waiting for the new Hilux, because the top model Legend Virgin could be an interesting comparison to this one, but this certainly takes the Ranger to a new level as far as I'm concerned. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.